Fox are back again.
Here's O'Connor, he's looking for growth. He'll go himself, will he score? No, he's the Wombat!
Graham Eading, what a great piece of support play. Belcher keeps this on the toe. There's a chance here for Kidd. Oh, what a magic kick by Belcher. He played for that.
Some of rugby league's greatest names have returned to the field of battle to renew old rivalries.
There's Lewis. Lewis through the gap. Lewis going for the line. He's over. Lewis is in. Simmons gives it away to Sterling. Sterling elects to run it. Gives it to Brett Kenny. He's over the line. Yes, he's in. That's a fine try.
As New South Wales take on arch rivals Queensland in the First National State of Origin Legends of League.
Kevin Hastings throws the ball back to Simmons, the second man. Oh, this is lovely stuff. Kenny, how did he do that?
I don't know, but Guru Grace loves it. Queensland leading by 6 points, and we're inside the 3.5-minute mark. Here's close. He's over the line. A dubious hit over the top by Kenny.
Last year, Wally's Maroons were too strong on their home turf.
Chopper.
Tessie.
Rocket. Chopper.
Horse.
Puss.
Horse.
Horse.
Horse back to Choppy.
Puss. You call him Puss. I'm not going to again.
Oh, great work from Choppy. Finds the horse.
GD, dish hit. Bozzy Bear. Rocket.
Oh,
Rocket.
dummy.
Out wide for Turtle. The Turtle gets in to score. You little hitting Turtle.
So revenge is the only remedy for the Blues.
Blues looking very dangerous. Knocked backwards by Pearce. Scooped away. Hastings shovels it on. It's out in the back line. Deep out in the back line. Kenny. And now he supports Ferguson, who stood long enough, and then back for Hastings, and then knocked down. This will be 6 more. Roberts has seen it. He's nullified the tackle count. The youngsters, they get involved from St John's Woodlawn. The ball out the back. It's got to be a try, and Michael O'Connor is the one who's going to supply it.
Tonight, the legends return to Wide World of Sports.
Well, the only place you'd want to be on a night like tonight is the Queensland dressing room as we're welcoming you to the Parramatta Stadium for the first national Legends of League match between Queensland and New South Wales. All the old Harry has-beens trying to prove they've still got it. And Ray Warren, what can we expect tonight from this mighty Queensland side?
Well, the scary part about it is, I think, looking at their faces, some of them are fair dinkum. And particularly Sam Backo, he's trimmed down from 140k to 134k just for tonight. And Gino Miles, I've never seen Peter Jackson look as big. He looks great. But anyway, the fact of the matter is there's about 289 Origin appearances amongst these players. You're going to see some of the great names. And let's have a look at the Queensland card. There it is. Belcher, Bowstead, Jackson, Miles, Kiss, Lewis. Oliphant comes in, a late inclusion there for Michael Hagan. Dowling, Conescu, the Turtle is there. Backo, Niebling, Close, and Linda, the lock. New South Wales looks this way, fat man. Here it is. Eadie, Gross, Rogers, Ella, the zip man, Fay, Kenny. He's just left the room here getting autographs from the Queenslanders. That might be an omen. Hastings, Roach, Elias, Jarvis, Boyd, Wynn, and Price. How could they be anything else other than serious with Pricey in the side?
Well, they tell me he's been training for 6 weeks. Ray Price is sitting in the dressing room 2 hours ago with his head in his hands, really keyed up for a big game. But, of course, when you talk about Origin, the one and only, the greatest of them all, he's with us right now, getting his ankle strapped. The King. What's doing, King?
I'm just trying to get ready, Fatty. Blake's watching them get nice and serious about it.
What can we expect from in the match tonight?
Well, I think we can probably expect to see Sammy Backo. He likes getting the Man of the Match awards and these ones right at the end, so everyone recalls him. But I'm looking forward to the centres, actually. Gene Miles and Peter Jackson. I can guarantee them they're going to be getting plenty of ball. They shouldn't be expecting too much running from the inside halves.
You've trimmed down yourself too. You look pretty fit. Good on you. Have a good game out there, and of course to some 4 great charities tonight as well. So it should be a great match, and of course the Queensland side up against the New South Wales team. In the Blues dressing room is Andrew Voss with Mario Fennick.
Well, Fatty, as it is in the Queensland room, it's pretty tense here in the Blues camp. In fact, I'm not surprised to see some of these players looking to settle some old scores tonight. Just have a look at Blocker here.
Sorry you can't be here, fat man.
The big fella's really fired up, there's no doubt about that. Mario Fennick with us in commentary tonight. What about it, Mario? You've got some mail on that first scrum.
Well, Blocker looks pretty pumped up, and him and Greg Dowling are going to put on the first scrum, apparently. But isn't it great to see the legends back? Some of them a little bit larger than the last time we saw them, and they've lost a few feathers as well. But people like Ray Price and Steve Rogers, fantastic. I'm looking forward to the game.
OK, Mario, risk the $10,000 fine because Greg Hartley is referee tonight. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, Greg Hartley, he's an absolute shocker, but we'll see what happens. But I think you'll find it hard to cope with the 10-metre rule. I saw the build on him. He's carrying a bit of beef.
Yep. He's wearing the chest round the waist these days, as are a number of the players, as a matter of fact. And to introduce the two teams to the field, we now cross back to Ray Warren.
Well, thank you, Andrew. As the captain of New South Wales, the great Brett Kenny, takes his charges out. And have a look at this galaxy of stars. Peter Wynn padded up. I don't know whether Les Boyd is padded or it's just the real thing. And Ray Price at the back. I wonder what memories are going through his mind, seriously, Ray Price. The home of many of his great conquests. There he is, blocking. Look at the arms. Give us a smile. Big Les, look at Les. And now, the king. Jackson. Looks like Cardigan Bay. Bobby Linda's put on a few pounds. Ryan Niebling, the star of last year. Look at Sammy. 6 kilos he shed for the big one. Gino, what a great centre. Probably the most underrated of all, I think, Gene Miles, really. There's Ollie, little Greg Oliphant. Well, on the sideline from Radio 2UE, doing the sideline eye for us tonight, is a former Kangaroo, didn't play Origin, Johnny Gibbs. G'day.
G'day, Ravi. Thank you very much. Perfect weather here, Rabbits, for rugby league. I think the players would really appreciate the fact that there's a bit of a chill in the air, and the Parramatta Stadium is in great condition, arguably better condition than most of the players. It's going to be a fun night. For the record, Rabs, I'm tipping a Blues victory.
Good, thank you, John. I'm sure we'll rush off to our nearest TAB agency to take the benefit of your great wisdom.
Would you please welcome...
We stand by for the national anthem tonight, and nobody does it better than the great Julie Anthony. She's got a new album out, a new CD called You and I. It's got some old classics on it, but this is probably her best ever. Here's Julie Anthony. You asked for it and you got it. The anthem, the best possible way, from the great Julie Anthony. Makes you feel so proud of Australia and proud of our anthem. Referee for tonight is the great Greg Hartley, the controversial Greg Hartley. He's on microphone. Good evening to you. Greg, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Ray.
What are you watching for in the main out there tonight?
Oh, a good 10 if I could possibly get it from some of the older fellas.
You might have trouble getting back yourself.
I probably will, Ray, but I'll do my best.
Have you got a bean counter with you?
No.
Blow time on. Good luck. So it's underway, the Legends of League for First National, the second of its type. And Graham Eadie is the first to put his mark on the turf. I was about to say put a dent on the defence line. And there he is, the great Channel 9 commentator, Stephen Roach. And
Elias away for Boyd. He puts his shoulder to the wheel, and Big Sam's underneath him. They'll both take a fair while to get up. They're up now. Hastings is in the side. He's still playing, believe it or not. And here's Sludge Rogers out in the centres. 38 away from his own line, and Hastings has to get the dummy half. I don't know what happened to Benny. Anyway, Greg Hartley says you're inside the 10. They take a quick tap. The Blues go across to Guru. Eric Grothe, big fend. Inside for Horry Hastings. And he's 35 away from the Queensland line. In the box with me, Mario Fenech watching on as Roach goes ahead and gets a pass away for Balmain teammate. And now it's with Ray Price. Price tries to step around his opposite number, but Bobby Linda puts him away.
How many's that?
Greg Hartley singing out how many's that. He's lost count already.
Rabbits, that's Peter Wynn there. He looks like he's got shoulder pads on.
He has indeed. As we find Hastings coming across, showing it. He's playing on the south coast with Berry. He's been training with Kevin Robinson's trotters down on 7 Mile Beach, and looks as fit as most of them too. Now here is Hartley coming in and putting a scrum down, the first of the match. Did you lose count of that tackle count, Greg?
No.
I heard you screaming out, how many's that?
That was yards.
Jeez, he's breathing heavy.
Yards. How does a 10 look?
10 looks good so far.
Play what?
Cross now for Lewis, and then for Miles. He's got Jackson with him, but Ella came up and shut Jackson out of it.
What about the haircut on Jackson, Ray?
Stay.
What haircut? Now, Bobby Linda, coach of the Crushers. Just out from the 20-metre line, and they come across from the Turtle. That's Conescu, then to Oliphant. Now it's with Niebling, and across. Oh, face ball. Miles did well, and now they're with Les Kiss. One of the fastest. Whoa! He's taken a late one. Touch judges have said nothing. Hartley has said nothing so far.
Second one.
Oh, yeah, great work there by Les Kiss. The old centre kick. He was taken out late. There's been a knock-on by the Blues in the end. Elias came up quickly, left the overlap. Some good skills there from the King. On to Gino.
4 Origins.
There's a blue one. There's a blue in the scrum. Blockers involved. Look at this.
Hello.
Get away.
This doesn't surprise.
No ball. Get your heads in.
They wouldn't win a beauty contest, the front row. Linda away on the blind, and Kiss goes in, and a flick pass in for Niebling to give on, and it's with Choppy close, but Hartley is ruled offside. Deliberately forward or offside?
Offside.
Thank you. So, oh, great kick for touch by Benny Elias. He landed on his kite pass. And here is the ruling from Hartley.
No, he's got it wrong again.
Here.
Don't tell him that now. He's nervous enough as it is. This is Boyd, the Cootamundra kid. Great Western Suburbs, Manly, Australian player. And now.
Actually, I saw Pat Jarvis in the dressing room, Ray, before the game, and he's as fit as a fiddle.
Graham Eadie turning it back in. Kenny thought about coming back this year to help the ailing Eels. 25 metres out. Hartley's 10 has suddenly diminished. It's gone from 10 to 5. Elias goes wide looking for Eric Grothe, but Kiss. It's a penalty to Queensland against Guru Grothe for being in front of the kicker. Queensland with Linda trying to squeeze the pass. Not backwards, said Hartley. Good call.
Blockers nearly squashed Les Kiss then.
Yeah, mate. Short passing by the Queenslanders. Snappy stuff, and Lewis was with it.
Yes, Grothe on Lewis there. Battle of the Baldies.
Roach and Jackson, a little bit of a dusty up there as Oliphant goes over, picks up Kiss, and Kiss is beautifully pulled down by Price. The old warrior.
We saw Ray Price in the dressing room before the game, and he looked very serious there. He takes it serious, Ray, doesn't he?
Well, he does. Brian Niebling playing the ball, man of the match at Suncorp Stadium last year. Well, there's got to be a question mark on several of those Queensland passes, but Hartley's allowed it to go across. And here's Sam Bacco. End of the tackle count.
He indicated a scrum and then he indicated changeover, so he'll get it right eventually.
Oh, wasn't that poetry in motion? Sam Backo in full flight there. Outstanding. Beautiful to watch.
This is Zip Zip.
Ah, can you give us a zip to Grave?
We'll get a zip in later. Sterling, Kenny, Ella, the zip man, Cronin.
Price.
Shut up. Played by Boyd, given by Elias, and here's Hastings across, and Price. I tell you what, he looks a hell of a lot fitter than I thought he would.
Well, he was a great competitor for Parramatta, wasn't he, Ray? And this is his home ground, and he looks like he could play tomorrow.
Peter Wynn's pass has gone to ground. Oliphant had it. He lost it. And Hartley says play on as Queensland come away with it through Brian Niebling. It'd be hard for one to imagine, with the intensity that Ray Price played the game, that he could be anything less than serious.
Well, that's what made him, Ray. He's probably the best rugby union convert to league. He was a great player, and that's one of the reasons he was so successful, because of his intensity.
Hartley ordering the knock on. 8 origins, Price. Pat Jarvis probably forcing that error.
I heard you talking about Gene Miles before, Ray. Called him underrated. Let me tell you, there was no better centre during the 80s than Gene Miles. He was the best I ever played with. You throw them all in.
I tend to agree with you. The point I was trying to make was I don't think he got the raps that he should have got.
No, he didn't, but let me tell you, he was head and shoulders above any other centre that I ever saw.
Hartley talking to them in nickname terminology, so well does he know them. Of course, Greg put his hand up to come back. Ella, the zip man, is inside the 30 and beyond.
Great commentary, Rabs. Shades of 83, that.
Now, this is Terry Fay. Remember Terry?
The former Redford Express, Ray.
Yeah, how great was he? Talk about fast and big.
Look at the skills on blocker.
That's not the only thing you can see on blocker. There's 2 things hanging out the back are like a couple of loads of ballast.
Sumos. A couple of sumos have jumped into his dacks for sure.
He's got Jumbo the Elephant shorts on.
Gust of wind, he'll take off like Gretel. Dame Patty, one of those. 15 away now from the Queensland line as this battle goes on, this mammoth battle. Now Price. Price tries to give us a scoreline. Miles was there with Niebling. Peter Wynn, those shoulder pads.
Both knees taped up too, right?
Yes. Peter looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. On the 10-metre line now, Elias is busy. Cut-out ball for Roach. Roach turning it in. Horry Hastings goes on. Ella looks for the opening. Long ball and a chance, but big Terry Fay was outside his reach, and his former little combatant friend Bowstead making a nuisance of himself.
Oh, yeah, well read here by the Queenslanders. Kerry Bowstead just got in amongst them there, and the ordinary ball. Speaking of Kerry, his father-in-law, Brian Dalton, has taken a turn for the worse. He's up there in Mount Wilga Rehab Hospital, so good luck here. Brian, hope you come good soon, mate.
Johnny Gibbs on the sideline. Will go to him through the night at various intervals, particularly as players tire and look for the bench. Queensland with a good run. And this man, Niebling, has done more work than any other 3 combined.
Great pass by Miles.
Oh, Kenny high on Jackson. Oh, he's hit Ella over the back of the head. Ella's gone down. Jackson's headgear has come over the eyes.
Well, Peter Jackson, he's actually thinking about making a comeback, you know, as the Bert throws one and collects the zip.
He's Canterbury's recreation director, that man. He was a recreational director at North Sydney too.
Greg, watch the 10. Watch the 10, do you mind? Don't nod back at me. Talk. Jackson! Oh, pass went forward. Greg, can you hear me, or have you run out of breath?
I can hear you, Rabs.
Okay, just double checking.
10 blue.
We might need the paramedics shortly.
15.
There's the radio equipment on Greg's back, just to point out that he hasn't developed a hunch. The kick down the ground is being pursued by Eric Growth and picked up by Les Kiss. Kiss is met by a... Oh! Growth! Oh! Les Kiss on the end of this venomous attack.
Well, don't tell me Benny's trying he's throwing the handbag, Benny.
Look at the Guru's head.
Don't you wish you were out there, Mario?
I got the gear downstairs.
You wish you were playing for Queensland, don't you? Little Benny, your mate.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Thanks, son.
I'd say there's an edit there. Yeah, well done, Greg. Can you hear me now?
Yes, mate. Yes.
I said well done.
Thank you.
Good. Edie now.
I'll explain.
Now Boyd. Look at the big fella. Out she comes, not backwards. Through to Hastings. Elias didn't stay alert. Come on, Benny. Get your mind on the job. Kenny's with it. Lewis is with Kenny. Talk about two greats there in the six jumper.
We've got Kenny. Where's Sterling?
Well, he mightn't be here, but Eric certainly has developed the same problem over the years. Now Hastings, inside pass. Here's Wally Wynn going for the power.
Get up, E3!
32 metres out now from the Queensland line. Still no score. We've had 11 minutes of the first quarter. Boyd! Boyd! He's left a trail of them behind him.
What a great player for Manly, Les Boyd. Tough as nails.
Now, Roach went as a decoy. Kenny kicks. Here's a chance for Fay. Here's a chance for Terry. No! The in-goal said no, and Hartley said no. The Redfern Express was nearly on top of it.
It's good to see Hartley get his in-goal judge involved here.
No score, first quarter, 11 minutes gone.
Growth it is who gets it back to within 25 metres of the Queensland line. A chance when begging just before the break, Terry Fay. And this is big blocker Roach. He's on a bet that he doesn't drop a ball tonight. Now Ray Price. If you watch the Commonwealth Bank Cup during the year, every time a young player dropped the ball, he asked that the young man's hands were severed. Such is the style of Stephen Roach. As Hastings inside for Rogers. Here come the Blues. 10 metres out from the Queensland line. Which way will they go? Who's calling the shots? Elias is on the open side. Jarvis is the blind. Wynn. Hastings. Hastings comes away from the king. New South Wales looking dangerous here. And chasing that first score for the night. Hartley stay. He's talking to the players. Elias. Roach. He never scored a try in Origin football, and he's got one tonight. The blocker. He's gone over. A new chapter to his book. And New South Wales, they lead by 4 points to 0. Have a look at the big fella.
Well, he showed the ball there, Bossy, and he's barged over the line. Look at the power in his legs. Oh, well done, blocker.
Oh, yeah, the great man just knocking him out of the way. Gary Belcher there, worried about his hairstyle, didn't want to get too heavily involved. And Bobby too slow, and the great man, Roach, he's over.
Yes, the champion scores. One of the most capped players for New South Wales, 17 Origins. And the nerves are broken with Stephen Roach because he was tense before the match. He was giving himself a few uppercuts in the rooms. But he's settled down. He's playing some great footy. Trouble now in the Queensland camp as Edie converts for New South Wales, and it's 6 points to 0. And Greg, no problems awarding that try. There was no doubt about it. The big champion, Stephen Roach.
Yes, mate, good try. I had a clear view of him grounding that one.
We go from Greg Hartley in the middle to John Gibbs on the sideline with Kevin Hastings.
Well, Kevin Hastings, a tight start. New South Wales, though, drawing first blood, a confidence booster for you fellas.
Mate, it's really tough, isn't it, out there? Yeah, we needed that, I suppose. But, yeah, it's good fun out there at the moment.
What about the big blokes? They seem to be doing the damage. Blocker scored the try, and also, of course, Les Boyd up the middle, causing all sorts of problems.
They haven't lost much fitness, have they, those two blokes? They killed them.
Well, you're still playing, aren't you?
Yeah, I had a season this year down at Berry. Hello, everyone down at Berry.
Well, you've got to start on everyone else, or most of the players.
Oh, yeah, I have. There's a few fit blokes out there, though, so everything's going all right.
Good on you. We'll see you back in the field.
Thanks, Johnny.
So, New South Wales are in possession just inside their own half. We should mention with Hastings from the field is now Boyd. Look at him go at full speed and able to offload for Elias. New South Wales looking tremendous. Elias over the 30. Inside for Kenny. Kenny overhead ball for this young man, Greg Keary, and Hartley's called it forward. Oh, you're kidding.
He got it right, Hartley. I thought the ball went forward.
But Les Boyd's the man who's causing all the damage. They're trying to tackle him around the waist, and they can't get their arms around him. And Benny Elias, he's still... God, the King's missed one. Hang your head in shame, King. And Burt offloads there. It does go forward.
It's just about to say that. Young man with the ball, Greg Keary, one of the under-16s. We've got under-16 players on the bench from Newman High Greystanes for the Blues and St Brendan's Yeppoon for the Queenslanders, as now the ball comes back the way of the Blues and wins away. He gets an NFL play, but is shielding down the sideline. Well, Greg Hartley's gone for it again. What's the story there, Greg? What's the ruling there? Explain it for us. Cop that, I suppose.
He can't speak, mate. He's trying to breathe.
No, I'm not. You're kidding. I'm giving you more up than you can get.
Got it right, brother. As Jackson finds touch. And Queensland back up to the 40. We looked at the statistics before the match as far as points scored. You line up the players as Backo into blocker. The ball came out the back. Dowling can't clean it up. As Dowling touched the ball, Elias has touched it, though. He'll run away and score. Oh, the Blues are on fire. Ben Elias runs 35 metres back near halfway. Backo and Roach are throwing punches. That's the second try to the Blues.
And Mario in the box has gone berserk. He loves it. Congratulations, Benny, he's saying. Well done, my mate, Benny. Ah, well, little will of the wisp. Benny Elias, see him in the defensive line there. He loved an intercept when he played.
Like a thief in the night, that man.
Well, you're still with us, Mario, are you?
I've just collapsed.
I noticed as Elias ran away to score, Sam Backo, after the blue with blocker Roach, put up the hand to say, I'm coming off. There he is, Big Sam. We'll hear from Big Sam in just a moment. And New South Wales on top here as the King gets us back underway. And the mighty Blues with Graham Eadie at the back. One of the players that was there for the first Origin match back in 1980, Pat Jarvis, almost up to the 30. Gibbsy on the sideline.
Sammy Backo, I think Greg Hartley's being influenced by a blocker out there.
He is, mate, definitely. It's our cockroach connection, I suppose.
Hey, Sammy, what about you working out wide? Is that a planned move or just tiredness? What's happening? You've been spending a lot of time out near the winger.
Oh, hey, have a look at me.
Well, I reckon you've been in training and you've shed 6 kilos for this game. Is that right?
I'm down 134 kilos.
Well, the players can't get their arms around you. Good on you, Sammy.
What about the head high by blocker, mate?
It was a shocker. We'll see you later.
Your reaction to that, Mario?
He's wasting away, Sam.
He could lose another 10 kilos from his chin, I know that, as Miles throws it back inside. The Kings put it down. I tell you what, Fatty, Wally's having an unhappy night.
Oh, he's going ordinary, isn't he? But Sam, I think you're being a bit harsh on him. He's only got the one chin. It starts at his chin, ends at his knees.
Fatty, New South Wales getting on top, mate. The Queenslander call's got to come out.
I'm expecting the Queenslander call any minute. I think they need me. Half-time, I must get down there and have a few words, I think, the boys.
Here goes Boyd again. Quite steamroller fashion, but he lumbered his way back over the 40. And Dowling, defence was there as now Roach. He takes on Dowling. That was the one we had the mail before the match. They'd be at it. To say that I reckon GD's running scared at the moment as Kenny pushes it wide for Ella. Ella then gives it to Rogers. Oh, big tackle. Smother tackle from Gene Miles. Takes him towards the sideline. Blues just inside Queensland's half. Tell you what, I'm not quite sure of the score. After that second try from Elias, we're sitting at 10 points to 0. He's missed from in front as we go the left side with Kenny. Kenny stands in the tackle. The hooter has sounded. The Blues haven't stopped. Wally Wynn dummied on the inside. Who was he dummying to? The ball comes loose, and that ends the first quarter of the Legends of League 1995 for First National. The Blues on top. Go those mighty Blues. They lead Queensland 10 points to 0. We'll take a break and come back with the second quarter.
The First National Real Estate Legends of League. About 289, I think I said, Origin matches between these players. Ironically, only 100 for the New South Wales side, 189 for Queensland. So they have been involved in Origin combat much more than their Blues counterparts. Look at Pat Jarvis. Mario made the point earlier how fit he's looking. There's a knock on. What's he going to do here, Hartley? He's going to give it to the Blues, eh? Steve Rogers has been out there. He's now with John Gibbs on the sideline.
Well, Steve Rogers should be very happy with the refereeing so far.
Yeah, nothing's changed. He's certainly giving us a hand out there, which is great to see. It's nice to be on the right side of him for a change.
Steve, you've had a little bit of trouble containing G. Miles and also Peter Jackson. They've been doing plenty of damage, although you said you've just warmed up.
Oh, yeah, it takes a while to get warmed up these days. You certainly feel a few aches and pains when you first get out there. But, Jacko, he's supposed to be playing next year. So, I mean, he's obviously using this as a warm-up for that, and Gene still looks pretty healthy. So they're giving us a few problems out there for sure.
Jacko's got a haircut to match yours.
Mate, yeah, he's been to my barber. I noticed that. I thought he'd done it for a bet, but obviously not.
Steve, on a serious note, a big moment for you tomorrow. Your son Matt playing in the Cronulla side in the elimination semi-final. You must be very proud.
Oh, I am. Yeah, obviously very proud of his achievements. You know, I'm just hopefully you know, his shoulder holds up, and you know, that he plays as well as he has been in recent times, John. You know, but it is a big occasion for him.
What sort of input do you have into his football?
Oh, I mean, I obviously try and give him some advice every now and then, but you know, I don't get involved too much. I seem to think that his coach Johnny Lang has done a great job with not just him but everybody in the side. And as I said, if I've got any fatherly tips, I just pass them on in quiet.
Catch you later. Good luck.
All right, mate. Thanks, Johnny.
Steve Rogers there, partnered Mick Cronin in the centres in the first New South Wales Origin team. Back in 1980, he only played for Origin, Steve. It was at the end of his career. 21 tests for Australia. Played, of course, for Cronulla. I can remember the impact and the part that he played for them in the 73 grand final. As Ray Price comes away and put down just inside the 40-metre line. So on the scoreboard, we've got 10-0 in favour of the Blues over the Maroons. So Elias does some fancy stuff before Wynn and Growth handle. And Elias, one of the try scorers, goes away for Hastings to find Jarvis, and then into the hands of Ella, then Kenny, and across for this youngster Curry, and now Fay. Curry is on for Rogers. The New South Wales boys provided by Newman High School, Catholic school in the Parramatta area, and a very good school too when it comes to rugby league. Have been for a long time. Tonight's charities, I haven't listed them for you. Kids First Appeal, that's the Australians Against Child Abuse. Autistic Association of New South Wales, the autistic people. Here and Say Centre for Deaf Children in Queensland. That would be inspired by Wally Lewis, I'm sure. And why not? And the St George Foundation. Belch up. 20 metres away from the Blues line as the Maroons start to claw back. This is Niebling. He won't spend much time on the bench, Brian Niebling.
And I've been watching Pat Jarvis, Ray. His fitness is outstanding. He's been working very hard, and he's an unbelievable character, Pat Jarvis. A very
Lewis
tough.
Across for Belcher. The try I thought was coming. Growth. Magnificent effort by the big fella. A pat on the back, or was it a pat on the head from Elias? Through from Oliphant, on for Kiss. A show of the ball. Away from close, he's tackled 8 out. The first try is it coming for Queensland. It's close. Barges for the line and gets it. Ah, yes. Chrissy Close. Big Chopper gets in for his chop.
Big Choppy, the Queensland State of Origin fitness coordinator. What a magnificent athlete he is. With the power from those, or from that rump, or from those rumps, as he gets under the sticks.
That's a crucial try, fat man. The strength of the man.
Chris takes the conversion attempt and successful. He wasn't bad at that caper, actually. The goal kicking. What did you think I meant by that caper? Have a look at him side on.
Oh. I think he's saying I've got a bit of chest pain, Greg. What does that mean?
Greg, what's wrong with Choppy? He's rubbing his chest. Has he got a problem?
He's just having a bit of a hard time getting the oxygen in Raymond at this stage, but he assures me he's fine, thank you.
What about yourself? You all right?
I could probably do with the Medicab out here.
Well, I'll call for a cab if you like. Here they go again. Blues with a shallow restart. And I think Les Kiss had intentions of making them pay for that. 10-6 on the board. The Blues over the Maroons. Now Jackson unloads for Linda to go ahead.
The mail is that Jackson's considering a comeback. He's given up the fags and he's off the drink as well.
He's off the cigarettes.
Well, I saw him warm up for half an hour tonight and then walk back in the dressing room and had a gasper.
30-metre line. Oh, Wally put him down gently. Hastings. That's forward. I think Greg. Yeah, Greg was nothing like in line with it, but he's got an eagle eye. Won't be able to count, but he's got an eagle eye. The scrum going down now with Queensland to feed 30 metres away from the New South Wales line, so it's a chance here as Les Kiss is put down. Oliphant. Bob Linda puts his hand up, gets it out. Oliphant there, supports and away from Dowling. It's into the hands of Niebling. Elias hitches a ride. Centre of the ground, 20 outs. Willy-nilly out the back. Dowling does his work. Close puts his foot down. Go Choppy. Kiss. Les Kiss gets the try.
Ah, yes, some beautiful balls there from Greg Dowling. Bobby Lindner got the original one away. He's having a good game, Bobby Lindner.
What about this one from Sam?
Samuel is a speculator out the back there. He saw some maroon. GD puts the pace down. Look at Choppy. Thundering rhinoceros. I thought he could have got there himself. Unselfish play. And Blocker there in cover. Too little too late from the block man.
Could have scored himself. Chris Close. That amount of weight coming at you from that far out, you can't stop it. Brakes are no good, parachute's no good, it just has to go over. Now, New South Wales looking down the barrel of 10 points all. It's offline by the try scorer Les Kiss. 10-all then in the First National Legends of League.
Quarter time, they've lifted. Jackson, the king now, Lewis. Out to Miles. Miles has a player on the outside. That's Ben Heath in 13. And he's lost it as it reefed away. The blocker was ready to go in with a swinging arm on the young bloke. Just let him know he's playing with the big boys. Back to the sideline, John Gibbs.
Gary Belcher with me 10-0 down at quarter time. Did the Queenslander chant go out at quarter time?
No, not quite. We're not that desperate yet, Gibbsy. There are some blokes out there having a fair dinkum dig in the New South Wales camp. They caught us by surprise. Blocker series, Steve Ellis series, Benny. So we've started to tune in now, mate.
Well, certainly Chris Close did the right thing. It was he who scored the first try, then set up the second. He's done a great job, and he did it this year with the Queenslanders as well.
Exactly, yeah. I think he's had 37 tackles up before half-time, so he's leading the way, mate.
What about the dash you're showing out there?
Yeah,
You'd like a comeback like Peter Jackson? We
You
saw
are.
you up on the hill, warming up for an hour and a half.
Yeah, warm-up. I'm spending the warm-up.
See ya. We'll see you later.
Let me say good day to Michael, my boy.
Good on you, Gary Belcher.
As Gary Belcher once quoted as saying, the most important thing about playing fullback, good grooming. Which just about sums up Gary. He's down there now with a hairbrush, as a matter of fact, in the mirror. He's checking if everything's okay as Queensland with Bowie. Away goes Bowstead. Look at the speed, up to halfway.
Yeah, Garrett have a cover of gel on each sock too. Don't worry about that.
He's trimming the moustache down there.
Big gamble from New South Wales to take Boyd, to take Eadie off. Price is off now. Niebling for the Maroons gets it inside the New South Wales half. Kenny and Wally win the tacklers. Price is still out there as Jackson. He's now the difference, Jackson, offloading for Close. And a bear hug tackle there from Jarvis. 40 metres out from the Queensland line. We started off with 10 metres. We're now down to 2. There's that ball, almost an intercept. And Hartley rules the knock-on. No problem seeing that one. How do you rate the performance, Mario, so far of referee Greg Hartley?
I tell you what, I'm a bit worried about him. He's blowing heavier and heavier, but yeah, he's going okay. He's made a couple of right decisions, which is pretty good for him.
10-all. Queensland and New South Wales, the legends of league. Might go right to the centre of the scrum. What are you looking for here, Greg? What's the problem?
Can't get them to pack down, these two big hombres. They're tough dudes. Get it in. Play on.
Yeah, play on. That'll do. The Guru Growth dummied on the outside and the King tackles him. The two dome tops. New South Wales 5 metres inside their own half. Kenny. Hastings. Stepping. Back. It misses Kenny. Finds Wynn. He's everywhere. Peter Wynn. Up to halfway he went. New South Wales, they led by 10 points to 0. There's Jarvis. He is going well, Jarvis. Dowling made the tackle. Hastings. Away to the left, Rogers. He's moved in closer to the action. Kenny, the decoy. Ella. Back in field he comes. Taken high by Jackson. Exciting stuff on the left side of the field for New South Wales. Edging a little closer. Mr. Mobile phones a dummy half, Ben Elias. Now a multi. As up they go, New South Wales. Almost up to the 20-metre line. Now 25 metres out. Blocker Roach, the first try scorer. Away to Jarvis. Jarvis to Kenny. Oh, look at the hands to Price. Price to the Guru Growth. Oh, give him a try. The linesman puts the flag up. They should have said it was a 4-pointer. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no, the King was there in cover.
Hey, Bossy, did that bring back some memories? Growth in that corner in the mid-80s, unstoppable.
I'm just not quite sure what Price was doing in the centres. I don't remember Price unloading to the Guru, but look at that. Oh, only just over. He loses it anyway. Great play, though. Look at this. Pricey. And away goes Growth. Well, can we give him 2 points for it? It's okay from Gary Belcher with a corner post. He's in the middle of that scrum, applying the heart punch over the back. Oh, this is dangerous stuff. Kenny. Pace just gone out of the game for a moment. Dowling. Tackled around the legs by Ray Price. Gets the congratulations from Hartley. Now Bacco's back on. Flam and Sammy. Wrapped up by Jarvis and Wynn. Blocker's taking a breather at the moment. He's with Johnny Gibbs.
Well, Blocker, Gary Belcher's just stated that you're serious out there.
Oh, he's well groomed at all times, mate. I'm just trying to get him.
Well, there's a little bit of biffo in the game, something you don't really mind.
No, so Gia, they're carving us up on the left-hand side, mate. I can't get there all the time.
Well, you haven't been able, you've got away to a good start, but they've just, I think their superior fitness is showing.
I don't know about that.
Well, you've got more experience, but they're a little bit younger and got more fitness, I say.
Oh, yeah, all right. Sweet. Whatever you reckon.
Righto, Block C, bud.
Jekyll and Hyde, Steve Roach. Thought he was going to start swinging at Gibbsy that time. The kicks come across field. Oh, great hands. It's still alive for the Maroons. Away they go with Lindner. Inside Ella. He looks now on his outside, finds a support. They go for the line and tackle just short.
That was Pat Jarvis, cover tackle. Now fits the man.
The youngsters Dean Brooks on for Gene Miles, who was headed for the try line. Counter-attack from the Blues, and Shepherd, says Hart. Crowd not happy. What does that mean, Fatty?
Is he swatting flies or something? I'm not sure what that one is.
Flies? What do you mean?
It's Tai Chi, that man.
You got a problem with flies, Fatty? Here goes Backo. Backo, prolific try scorer in Origin football. Back he goes. The pass came firing out. About to say the back door, but there it's cleaned up by Jackson. 15 metres out from the line. Kenny all over him at the moment. King's in a dummy half. Belcher sights a gap. Doesn't want to be tackled. Doesn't want to hit the ground. Lewis. Then for Oliphant. Boyd is there with a big tackle. Kenny trying everything in the tackles now. As Lewis sets them alight, the Queenslanders. Niebling can't get around Elias. The ball comes out again. This is great defence from the Blues. Really lifting now. You reckon they were at Lang Park in front of 40,000 Queenslanders? Not quite. There's Oliphant inside the 20. 10-all the score. 15 metres out from the line. Queensland in possession. Legends of league football. Friday night football with a difference as Lewis. Oh, close. His first error. She's had a whale of a game. Whale being the key word in that sentence.
Wally just refuses to run. He just wants to offload. I think he's got to look at his game. Start running to the line. A couple of blokes move pretty well still. Bobby Linder's had a fine game. He's moving pretty well.
Wombat Eady's away from this scrum. Inside for Wynn, who broke from the scrum. He positions Growth. Wrapped up by Belcher, and he's lost it. Well, no, that was his head that cut. No, it is the ball that's come loose. And Queensland back with it. And again, it's one of the replacement players, John Shaw, who's up to halfway. He's been cleaned up by Hastings. Loses it, back for Wally Wynn. New South Wales back with Les Boyd. Lovely tackle there. Front on from Bosted, who came in from the right wing. Great stuff. Hastings away. That certainly doesn't look like Steve Roach anymore. That's Alan Charbel. It would be a conservative 93 kilos lighter than Big Blocker. As Hastings, the right side. There's numbers here for the Blues. Inside for Boyd, and there's another great tackle.
Oh, what a beautiful tackle.
Well, he's on for the King. They've had to hook the King.
Blake Nike it was.
Jarvis, Hastings, another chance for the Blues. Eady through the tackle of Backo. Back it came for Jarvis. They keep it alive now. There's the replacement player, Charbel. Then it comes back. Eady fumbles. Hartley says no try. Oh, there's some doubt on this one, Greg. What's the story there, Greg?
Bit of resentment from Mr. Elias, but he knows who's in charge.
You sure it wasn't a try?
No try. Knock on. Feet.
Oh, what we're seeing from Greg Hartley tonight, perhaps Mick Stone somewhere down the track. He wanted to come back this year. There's Belcher, offloaded for Jackson, then for Miles. The overhead ball is a mile forward. Bosted's away and Hartley calls it back. He misses absolutely north, this bloke. Johnny Gibbs is with the two captains, Burton the King.
Yeah, the two great pivots of the 80s, Brett Kenny and Wally Lewis. Well, Brett Kenny, your side, has blown a great lead, 10-0, now it's 10-all.
Yeah, mate, very disappointed, very disappointed. We've trained very hard for this game and been unfortunate, we've taken a couple of wrong options at times.
Although you have kept Wally Lewis pretty quiet, so that's a good job.
We hope, yeah. I've actually let him do a bit of running, which has tired him out.
Is that a ploy, is it, Wally? He's letting you run and you are a little bit puffed there.
Yeah, he certainly has, mate. But, I think my big point has been tackles. I think I've made one and missed 11 so far, so I'm going real well. I'm expecting Fatty to come down and wrap the knuckles at half-time.
You were saying that you're a little bit concerned about the ball security.
Ball security? There is no such thing out there. We held the ball for 4 tackles once and we scored. I think the maximum we've had since there has been 2.
What about some of your players that are considering comebacks, Peter Jackson alike? He's going okay?
Yeah, he is. They were considering the comeback, mate. I think that's been stashed ever since the first 5 minutes has been gone. Bobby Linder's the one that's setting the place on fire.
What about the sledging that's going on out there?
Well, actually, the players haven't been sledging each other too bad at all, Gibbsy. It's been referee Greg Hartley that's worn most of it.
Right, we'll see Wally Lewis and Brett Kenny a little bit later.
And it's Queensland in possession. Some promising rage from both teams at the moment. This is the hooker for Queensland, John Shaw. Tackled around the legs by Ray Price. Brett Kenny say they trained hard for this one. We caught it inside of their preparation last night as Belcher cuts through. Out to Bosted for the corner. Bosted around Eady. And Queensland have hit the front. 14 points to 10. Bowie flying. Shades of 1980-81.
Well, it could have been 80 or 81. Watching Carey fly down that wing. Some good inside balls here from Jacko. He's actually played pretty well. Belcher's still got a bit of speed. And a lovely ball to Bowie. Look, he's got 40 metres to go on the bat. Well, he got windburn as Bowie went past him.
From behind, Mario, Kerry boasted it. I mean, you'd swear he's the same player. This could be 10 or 15 years ago. Have a look at him.
The memories flood back, Bossy.
He still looks 15.
The same running style, and what a great winger for Manly.
Yes. Yeah, I remember putting him in for a few.
You did too, fat man. Great winger for Manly, Queensland and Australia.
Boasted aiming up as a kicker. He's done well, though, Kerry Boasted. In fact, they've all done well. They've survived the first half. That's the main thing. And we'll take a break. The Maroons, their noses in front against the Blues.
Firing. On the other side of the fence, a little bit of panic in the New South Wales camp, and it was Les Boyd and Steve Race doing most of the talking, or was it the head-banging of lockers by Les Boyd and the slapping around by Steve Blocker-Roach? I think we might see a resurgence of the New South Wales side in the second half. There's the kick-off, and the Maroons have the ball defending the northern end.
Thank you, Johnny.
An air of serenity.
It's a new word for a dressing room.
What's it mean?
I don't know. Now, this is Les Kiss. Played with the North Sydney club. And he's already scored a try in this match tonight. The Turtle is back on, Greg Conescu. Now out into the hands of big Gene Miles.
Great hands by Miles. He was always a big, skillful player.
I mentioned earlier that Newman High School are providing the replacements for the Blues, and St Brendan's College, Yeppoon, looking after the Queenslanders. Both sets of youngsters are doing a fine job as Graham Eadie brings it back. I was on that tour when Graham actually made his entry into the Australian side. Graham Langlands was injured.
What was that, Ray? 53, was it?
I think it was 75 or thereabouts.
53 came to mind. Because you've been broadcasting for a long time. You're the best I've ever heard.
You're the premier caller, Ray.
I was trying to make the point seriously that he was always going to be very hard for Graham Langlands to keep out, and then Graham got injured. When Eadie got the job, he was not going to relinquish it very easily. One of the great fullbacks for Australia. Miles tries to snap an intercept out of the hands of one of the youngsters, and Hartley has penalised, and rightly so. Stealing the ball. Cop it sweet, Gene.
He's not all that impressed, Gene Miles.
It looks like he's breaststroking. Steve Ella takes the kick for touch. Good kick too. Couldn't be any more accurate. He landed on the T-bar of the halfway and the touchline. 5 origins for the Blues, Steve Ella. A career that was always interrupted by injury. It'll never be known just how much or how many times Ella took injuries into football matches.
Ray, I'm impressed by Les Boyd's work rate. Looking at him, he's not really built for speed, but he's been remarkable in his work rate today.
Well, that's a pass that's gone forward, and Roach is offside.
Just on Les Boyd, Ray, I heard your interview yesterday with him on your morning program on 2KY, and interested to hear the comment that he always thought he enjoyed his football at West rather than at Manly. More at West, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I made the question to him. Did he improve? Did he think when he went to Manly? He said no. Beautiful pass by Gino Miles. Linda strides out, but the ball goes loose and the Blues come up with it. But he said that he enjoyed his football more at West and played his better football at Western Suburb. Eadie. Ragged passage of play. Belcher.
I'm impressed by Blocker's work rate today, Ray. He's worked extremely hard. He's obviously put a lot of work into his fitness.
Well, there was talk in the off-season of him coming back and playing with Canterbury. But we saw him stripped in the dressing rooms at Channel 9, which he often is, getting ready to put a dress on. There was no way he could come back. Absolutely no way. He had more than one problem, I can assure you, Mario.
I'm worried that he's enjoying dressing up as a woman, Ray. He seems to...
Let me tell you, Blocker's got one of the best set of breasts I've ever seen. They're just sensational, they are, the big man.
Queenslanders pumping away towards that corner on the Cronin side of the ground. 5 tackles. And Close heads off to the blind side. It was just the play that wasn't required. Oliphant had his hands out like a beggar. And of course, Close, buoyed by his try, decided he tried himself. Now Ella. Well, tomorrow, the first elimination semi, Cronulla Newcastle. It'll go live into Brisbane at 2:30, and there'll be a full replay for Sydney at 4 o'clock. Check your local guides and other centres. This will be a tremendous match. Loose ball for Les Kiss. To the corner, they lose possession. A little knockdown by Terry Fay. Price taking his time to play it. Wombat Edie just a little bit slower than he was in his prime.
Oh, was there a better fullback in the 70s and 80s than Graham Edie?
Look at the skill on Blocker.
Well, Peter Jackson has been in the spotlight tonight. He's with John Gibbs.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about Peter Jackson making a comeback to the real thing. Well, Jacko, the game tonight, does it increase your chances of coming back or reduce them?
I don't know, Gibbsy. I really didn't think of it in that light, but it's been a good fun out there. You know, a few balls here and there, mate. You know, things have been going okay.
Well, you've been wrapping yourself. What about the haircut? Is that to frighten the opposition or the kids watching the game?
No, actually, I just got a transplant off Sammy Backo's back, in fact. So, what do you think about the haircut, Gibbsy?
No, it's not.
You're just dirty. You're just dirty. Mine's going to grow back, that's all.
It's built for speed, anyway. You're built for speed. Here's the break now. You're just worried that the Fay and Growth Factor gets it.
Yeah, before Eric Growth looked like he was going to make a break, and I was the only bloke coming across and covering, he dropped it, and thank God for that.
See ya.
See ya.
Hastings, away for Boyd! Did he get it down? Hartley's got him down as well. No, he says, held up. Good ruling, Greg, well done.
Change over.
Hastings into a hole. Boyd, great work by Bobby Linder. And then Hollywood loses his lollies. He crashes, but comes up with the right call. I don't know that you heard me. You got it right.
Thank you, Raymond.
He's very courteous, isn't he?
New South Wales starting to get on top now.
Mario, get on top. They're down 14-10. What are you talking about?
Terry Fay. Jarvis. Inside the 10. Settle, fat man, settle. Elias now on. And there's big Wally Wynn. Knee guards and all. I think he'll give it. Hartley's going to give it. Oh, I thought there might have been a little push. It's Wally Wynn's replacement.
Wally Wynn's
Charlie Robertson.
Look at Charles. Oh, they're having a time of their lives, aren't they? These, well, they're only children. Playing with all the old superstars. He's beaten a couple. Ollie dropped off. Turtis, the Turtle, he was...
Turtis? Tony Curtis's brother, Tony Tortoise.
Yeah, Robinson brushes away. Greg Oliphant holds on, but he gets over the line. Charlie Robinson, a great try. He's happy with that one.
There's the kick from the big man, Les Boyd. He looks at it disgustingly. 14 points all then in the Legends of League for First National.
Play back underway with New South Wales in possession, all locked up at 14 all. The Legends of League. There's even plenty of legends out there, and now we add the name of Charlie Robinson. Last try scorer for the Blues. Away goes Benny Elias. Spins around. There's that lazy Susan back in play, and then the pass is away. Ella away to Terry Fay, takes on Bowstead, able to offload back to Ella over the top. This is one of the most promising raids from the Blues. Blocker, he's offloaded every time he's touched the football tonight.
Blocker's work rate's been fantastic today. He's been Showing a lot of skill and offloading the ball.
The skills of Elias again. Hastings. It's up in the tackle of Chris Close. The ball kept alive now for Elias. Elias away to Blocker Roach. He stands in the tackle back for Elias. Oh, come back Blocker. And now Blocker calling the shots behind the ruck. They work the right side. Kenny with a dummy. The pass is knocked down. Play on for Queensland. There's Kiss in possession. 15 metres inside their own half. On the sideline, Johnny Gibbs is with Ray Price. We'll stay with the action just for a moment as Kiss trapped 35 metres out. Great tackle, Graham Eddie. All yours, Gibbsy.
Well, Ray Price, Parramatta Stadium, bringing back some fond memories for you.
Mate, very fond, yeah. It's a shame I wasn't about 10 years younger. I've never been so frustrated. Run so far and never get the ball.
Pricey, the Blues are getting a better go off Greg Hartley than you claim Parramatta did.
Mate, he's got a calculator out there today, so, you know, when he hits that 5th and 6th tackle, a bell goes off.
Who's got the superior fitness, the Blues or the Maroons? Who is going to win this battle?
Mate, the Blues. Boydie has never played in a winning side. Boydie wants to win, so the Blues will win.
Thanks, Ray Price.
Dowling's been shifted out into the centres for Queensland. Good move. Wrapped up in that tackle. Thinking of Ray Price's head certainly puts an end to any possibility of a Legends of League calendar coming out in the near future. As now the pass is away. Close is for the corner. Close with a pass. Queensland on the attack with Belcher. Piggyback there from the guru Eric Growth. Blindside play for Choppy Close. Then the wide ball. Queensland looking for another try. Knocked on by Eadie, was it? Oh, another good decision. Hartley on the spot. No doubt about that one, Greg.
Yes, knock on, Raymond.
Yep. Andrew Voss with you now, Greg. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
What's the great
10 metres out, fellas?
The great tackle by Brett Kenny. Just cuts him down.
Up all right for Queensland. 14 all. Third quarter. Friday night football. Hastings, New South Wales had the feed. And Eadie might get to top pace that time. Just looking to stretch out the next couple of strides when he was cut down. And New South Wales on the attack from their own 20. Away they go with Ella. Inside for Fay and hit hard in the tackle of Belcher. Terry Fay is a young bloke. He was one of my favourite players, and I got the thrill of my life to see him selling fruit one day in George Street in the city. It was amazing stuff. Run into one of your playing heroes selling bananas and tomatoes.
Well, he wasn't one of my favourite players, because let me tell you, when you're in the defensive line, he's running at you like a train. What do they call it? The Emmaville Express, wasn't it?
Well, the Redfern Express.
Yeah, well, it wasn't much fun, let me tell you. Always found it hard to pick him up and drive him back 10 metres.
Doesn't matter where the train's headed when you get hit, I suppose. There's New South Wales all slipping the tackle. So the under-16 players come head-to-head. Here goes Blocker. Then on the outside to Growth, getting involved. Now, Blocker shorts are down. The size 62s are down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hastings inside. Oh, no, that is terrible.
Call the police.
This is going to air after midnight. The kids put them to bed. It's Blues. In the meantime, the comics of Greg Hartley shown graphically there. Queensland will have this scrum feed. I think Blocker would have went for the plain colours tonight, wouldn't you, knowing that it's a big match on television?
I think we're just lucky he had some on.
Fair call.
But Fat Man doesn't time march on quickly. It seems like yesterday these great players were playing in the competition, and time moves on quickly.
Well, I was in the Queensland dressing room before the game, and it was like it was 1985 or 86 all over again. The boys just talking away, nice and relaxed, and it was a great atmosphere. I mean, look, time's gone past all of us, you know. Our time comes to retire, but it's good to see them out there doing their best.
Big Sam and Peter Wynn on the sideline. They're coming back into the action. Sam in no hurry to get onto the field. Let's place the player who's coming off. Sam automatically has to pack into a scrum. Close will be happy with a rest. He's one of the leading contenders for man of the match. 14 all. The crowd doesn't know which way to go. Hastings, Kenny didn't know which way to go. It went past him. Having to clean up. Queensland able to win some metres. The prop got there, Greg Dowling. Make the tackle on Ella. This is Kenny. Straightens up to Ella. Ella stepping and weaving. Stands up Lindner. Away to Fay. Can they stop him? Terry Fay crawling for the line and Hill. 5 metres out by Gary Belcher. Eadie across for Elias. Long ball then for Hastings. Hastings had a man inside. That was Les Boyd. Les wanted it.
It was a high tackle by Jacko.
Petty, the flick pass, the blocker, then it came back. New South Wales still in possession. Kenny, the dummy, back for Elias. Thinking about a field goal. He's kicked to an Origin football. Now Les Boyd. He ran towards Hartley. Can't get to the line.
Desperate defence. How did they stop Les Boyd there?
Back to Hastings. A long ball came from Benny Elias. It's on the deck. Hartley said play on. He said 7 times in 5 seconds. Now Eadie Fay puts it down. It's up on the deck. Oh, good stuff, both teams. And a Medicap could be called for here. It's a heavy collision at the end. Jerry Bowstead. That's how he looked as chief executive for the Cowboys earlier this year. He ended up being knocked right out, which was rather unfortunate.
Holly's getting a tip here from his touch judge. Wombat throws the pass, which Fay couldn't hold. This should be a New South Wales feed.
Well, Greg, there's drama here. Gary Belcher pointing up to the big screen. What are you going to do here?
Scrum. Who's hit, sir? Who's hit? Just crack down. Stay. Get into the scrum. Stay. Stay.
Don't laugh, he did that in the early 80s.
Oh, Mario, stinging.
I think Greg Hartley's been practicing on his dog. Stay.
I beg your pardon. Just a bit worried about that. Where we're headed. Well, that's nice stuff. Greg Hartley, man in the middle. This has been coughed up by Queensland. Tell you what, Fatty, the Mighty Blues, I reckon, are right on top now, even though it is 14 all.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of ball. And a few decisions going their way. Stable.
Hastings. See the scrum base play this time. Fay, big left arm thing, straight towards the posts. It's the Terry Fay we remember.
It seems like yesterday I was at Redfern Oval.
Here he goes, he scored! No! Double movement, says Hartley.
Controversy.
He's robbed him!
Nana, wait for me!
Hartley wants a breather. Have a look at this.
Terry Fay, it seems like yesterday when I was at Redfern Oval watching Terry run straight through them. What a great player he was for South Sydney. And he's not very happy about the non-try.
How'd you see it, Fatty?
Right decision in the end. He's having a blinder, Greg Hart. If he lost, I reckon if he lost 10 or 12 stone, he could make a comeback, you know. It'd be a welcome addition to the ranks.
You'd have to get his stomach stable, that man.
What about the pass of Big Sam? Back it came from the 30-metre line. Finds touch 20 out from his own line. Big Sam Backo, 7 Origin, 6 Test matches. Had the happy knack of coming up with the 4-pointers. Close to the line. He used to charge his way through.
They're enjoying a lot of possession, New South Wales.
The Queensland line has to crack. Surely, Rogers through the tackle of Belcher, stands in the tackle of Niebling, then loses it for Elias. And Hartley says, thank you, we have another stoppage.
Up there and finish there.
Well, Locker's not happy. What Hartley, he's getting, I think he's improving as the match is going on. He's slipped back into it now. He started off as a friendly bloke in this match, and now it's serious stuff.
Well, they call him Hollywood, mate. He loves this.
Lightning was back slammed in that tackle. Locker Roach. Konescu, blindside. Back inside for Bobby Ledner, coach of the Crushers. Away it went. Scooped up now for the Queenslanders, or can they pick it up? The ball, Ken Brodie. Well, they're losing plenty of metres on the play here. Laurie Hastings comes up with a tackle. One of the try scorers tonight for Queensland has been Chris Close. Right now he's with Johnny Gibbs.
Well, Chris Close, 1995 was a great year for the Maroons, and we were very closely involved there. Happy to keep the momentum going here.
Yeah, mate, we're doing our best, but, you know, Les Boyd's proven a bit hard to handle. He's that round, we can't get our arms around him at the moment. But I think everyone's enjoying themselves. And Sammy's into the fray again out there. Oh, he's just dropped it, the big fella.
Boyd is actually making you look all right, though.
Well, I'm trying to stand next to him as much as I can, Ginsey, yeah.
And that last fitness run you had last night has really done the trick for you. You're in peak condition now.
Yeah, mate, we put a lot of hard hours in yesterday at training, and thanks to the Woolpack Hotel there at Parramatta, but mate, we've had a good weekend, and it's all going to a very worthy cause.
Well, you've had a good sweat. You were very, very desperate to score that first try, because if you hadn't have scored that, they might have slipped away. It might have been a winning break, 14-0, but you got it to 10-6 and then 10-all ultimately.
Yeah, mate, it's one of those things, you know, once you start this much weight and in one direction, it's pretty hard to stop it.
Righto, Jobby.
Look at the skills here, Roach. The follow-up from Price in support. Blocker's been magnificent. He's got my vote for man of the match. It comes back. Boyd thinking field goal. He misses.
Oh, he's nearly broken his ankle. Boyd, he had a shot last year in the game. And look at him, he's done the ankle. And he vowed before the match he was going to have another lash. One of the worst attempts in the history of the game.
Crucial field goal attempt.
Oh, is that what you call getting a bit of fat there?
How's his ankle ligaments?
He's left a divot about a foot deep back in front of the Queensland post.
He'll have to call Parramatta Council.
Well, there's the third quarter. I reckon they used to say that in four-quarter football. The third quarter's the most vital one. I don't think we learned anything in that time. There's Les Boyd. Will he come back for the final quarter? We'll be back, though. The Blues and the Maroons locked up. Legends of League, 14-all. We'll take a break. Back with a final quarter.
The Sudden Death Showdowns are only on NBN. Saturday at 4, the Newcastle Knights take on Cronulla. Then Sunday at 5:30, the Broncos and the Bulldogs. All the action this weekend, only on NBN.
14 points all. The sound of Greg Hartley's whistle starts the last quarter. First National Legends of League from Channel 9's coverage here at Parramatta Stadium.
Oh,
look at Sammy Backo like a runaway Bronco.
Oh, the blocker went down.
He brushed off blocker.
Greg just asked Blocker, is he all right for work tomorrow?
OK, Blocker, you all right for work tomorrow? Yes, he's OK.
Thank you.
Oh, brushed off the block. He called touch blocker, but Sam kept running.
6 to go.
You having a good time, Hartley?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Raymond.
Queensland come through, the king, and they go out to... Oh, was that the Cumberland throw? Was that the Cumberland throw, Greg?
No.
Bowstead plays it now. They
That's
work
his
on
favourite call. Play on.
Narrow blindside, and Niebling's kick goes out on the full. Price congratulates him.
It's the old ankle tap from Pricey.
That's all it was. I tell you what, seriously, and I know he can hear us, so I don't want to embarrass him, but he was one of the great characters of rugby league, Greg Hartley.
Oh, very good for the game. That's what it's all about, isn't it, Ray? Characters in the game, and certainly Hartley was one of the great refereeing characters anyway. He was certainly very different.
I just think he was a good referee. I played under him many times, and he used to talk to you, and I was only a young kid coming up at that stage, but he talked to you, give you some confidence. Nice tackle, nice hit, nice 80-yard try. You know.
Zip, zip! Ellis through! Infielder for Kenny! Back and away for the Guru! That might rival his best try ever! Oh, look at them bowing and saluting!
The memories flood back, Ray.
Oh, they were just beautiful players to watch.
Oh, this is magic. Let me tell you, with Zip Zip looking inside to Kenny. Oh, Kenny looking now for Grove. Oh, under the sticks. Oh, Gary Grell. Sensational stuff.
There's only one problem, it wasn't Kenny.
Oh, is his ring in?
Well, it was the stand-in. But I'll tell you what, the old Guru, he was there with his hand in the air. Not often was he keen for work, but he was there to Bundy on in time tonight.
Oh, great call, Rabs.
18-14. Shut up. There's the kick, it's successful. The Blues are in front of the Maroons.
And Fat Man's head has gone down like a beaten favourite. Here he is.
But it goes to show you, Ray, that Parramatta, the memories come flooding back. They had the great sides, Parramatta, with Eric Grothe, Kenny, Sterling. What great sides they had in the 80s.
He did look like a bit like Kenny, didn't he, as he was striding away there, that kick?
You've been on the drink. Here he is again. Have another look.
Go, Brett.
Young Tracy, in fact, from Newman High, Adam Tracy. So here's Les Boyd. Peter Wynn. Who's this little whippersnapper here? Boyd again. Jarvis. Been very good, Pat Jarvis. Here's Ray Price. Just inside that 30-metre line.
Mr. Perpetual Motion, Ray.
Kenny's on the run around. Kenny's with it. He's gone looking for Ella.
Okay, Ray, you're right. Settle down.
No, I'm fine. I can assure you there's plenty of memories here tonight for many people in the stands, and I hope at home watching it. Some of the great names of the 70s and the 80s. Greg Oliphant, of course, in the number 7 shirt, is downstairs with Johnny Gibbs now.
And at 44 years of age, Greg Oliphant, you're the oldest player involved in this match. How does that make you feel?
Well, not too bad, mate. I'm not going real good, so it doesn't really worry me.
And, Greg, you were driving a concrete truck in Brisbane, I believe, today when you got the call up for this very important match.
Yeah, that's right. The allocator gave me the call that they wanted me down in Sydney. I thought someone having a go at me, but when I got back to the plant, it was true, unfortunately, and I spent about the last, from about 2 o'clock onwards to 6 o'clock trying to get down here.
That great try then to the New South Wales side, the Parramatta connection to the forward, the try by Guru, might have broken the back of the Queenslanders. The spirit looks like it's waning.
Oh, that was a great... Oh, no, the Queensland spirit will never wane. That was a great try. They're good players. But we'll kick back. A few of us have got jet lag, but a few of the young fellas are taking over, and I hope they can rekindle some of these older fellas and get us going again.
Greg Oliphant, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Johnny.
That's the first.
35 metres away from their own line, the Queenslanders. Greg Oliphant, of course, played his only Origin in that very first Origin match. His opposite number that night was a bloke called Tom Rodonicus, and they finished up doing battle in the square ring at Balmain Leagues Club one night.
Actually, Greg Oliphant frequents the Crushers Gymnasium, where he does boxing sessions where he skips and works out very hard. Does what? Boxing sessions. Are you right, Tessa? Yes.
Big Sam backs up. Well, is there anything the man can't do? Now, Backer on the 10-metre line. His team behind by a converted try. The stand-in for Bobby Linder. Canescu. Dummy half, they're a metre away, out and away from Niebling. Man of the match last year. Stand-in for Oliphant has been put away by Hastings.
And he crunches the young replacement for Greg Oliphant.
Now, is that Gino? It is, and here's a chance. Mosted. Lewis, long pass. Shades of the great Lewis at his best. Grothe came in, and that, I would have thought he was offside, Greg, but you know better.
Loosen ball. Loosen ball.
Watching it on the replay, Guru comes in. He was offside, Greg.
Yes, he was.
You didn't mind? You didn't mind?
First.
No drama, just play on with the scrum, eh?
That's right. Scrum it is.
So Queensland now with Belcher. Loose ball, Miles for the line.
Waited for the advantage to blue. Gone forward, waited for the advantage for blue. Waited for the advantage to blue. That's it. Don't walk to me, boys. Sammy, stand.
A real character in the game, Greg Hartley.
Kenny scored 2 tries in 3 grand finals back-to-back from memory. 20 metres out. Wynn decided he was going to run and then thought better of it. 30 metres away from the line, from their own line. Jarvis slow to his feet. He's absolutely exhausted. Roach did well. Hastings likewise.
3 for call. 3 for Mary McCall.
3 for Mary McCall, eh? Thinks he's calling the bingo. Hastings back and the ball goes loose, and here's Queensland with a chance, but Kenny swoops in, but there's a ball being deflected forward back in the centre of the ground from Benny Elias.
Good ball by Benny, showing all the skills there.
You're bagging him, mate. Just because he used to get on top of you in those old South Balmain games, he used to give it to you, didn't he?
Yeah, good, mate.
Graham Niebling, the number 11, I believe, is still playing rugby union these days in Queensland. Now Lewis, Miles, they go back and they link up with Jackson. Jackson turns it inside. They're on the 20-metre line. Queensland, Les Kiss looking to level.
They need to be the next to score.
Knocked down by the Blues. Referee Hartley to put a scrum down.
And he was looking for the intercept, Ray. He plucked Benny an intercept at Parramatta Stadium.
Greg, you thought of making a comeback to help out the ARL. How do you feel after tonight?
I feel pretty good, thank you, Raymond. A lot more training, I was right handler.
Ball comes loose. And again, 6 more tackles, says Hartley. Greg Hartley was at the centre of the 1978 drama around that period, late 70s, when there were all sorts of accusations being levelled at the man. Quick passing by the Blues. Corey Hastings away for Ray Price. Into some space. 40 metres out from the Queensland line.
Offside headgear.
Wynn. Hartley says offside headgear. Elias back and away. The youngsters combine for Eric Growth. Growth gets his second. Greg sprints back to award the try, surely. Yes. Eric Growth gets another try for the Blues, and they lead 24-14.
Good stuff there by the Blues. Elias playing a major part. Snuck out of a couple of tackles. And the Guru in the corner, unstoppable.
Surely that's the ball game, Fat Man.
Oh, no, there's plenty of time yet for the Mighties.
Oh, I never say die, Fat Man, but Growth, he's unstoppable from that distance.
Played in 4 premiership winning sides. He was with all the Parramatta winning sides in the 80s. He once scored 5 tries in a match playing for Australia in France. That was in 82. He's got a boy that can play the game very, very well. And a big raspberry for his attempted conversion. We'll take a break. We're back with more of the Legends of League in just a moment.
Mate, I'll tell you what, they're a bit tired now. All of the Queensland players have been complaining about you a little bit big in the girth. Have you got some extra padding there? They can't get their arms around you.
Yeah, I think me and Choppy are sort of, Chris Close sort of, opposition second row. They're built a bit the same, aren't we? You know?
And Les, nothing's changed. You're still under
chance here for Queensland, and they've scored, in fact, sorry Gibbsy and Les, but Gary Belcher has scored for the Maroons, a blindside play. Some great hands. Chris Close involved. The Maroons are back in it, Fatty. 24-18.
Yeah, great try to the Queenslanders. They won't give in, let me tell you. And Gary Belcher finished off a beautiful blindside play. So they just kicked this goal. They'll be a converted try away from winning.
Lewis Kiss goes down the line, passes to Belcher and gets it back again. Gary Belcher there. They're back in it.
It's only third highest point scorer for Queensland in Origin history, Gary Belcher. Looking for another 2 to that tally. It's headed towards the posts and wide. So just 6 points the difference at 24-18.
Gary Belcher was actually leading point scorer in 1988, playing for Canberra. Kicked plenty of goals.
He came back this year in a Masters competition up in Brisbane and put the boots back in the cupboard after a couple of weeks. Look at the hair, not one out of place. Maybe just a few at the front.
He's calling for the brush, the hairbrush.
16 Origin appearances for Queensland, Gary Belcher. And New South Wales with this restart, real pressure now. 6 points the difference. What have Queensland got up their sleeve? Bobby Lindner from the kickoff, back over the 20. The Maroons working it forward. John Shaw is on for Kinescu in the 9. For Miles. For Dowling. Close now, up to halfway. Here come the Queenslanders. Choppy Close makes 30 metres, brushes away from Eadie. He's still going. They stop him.
I thought they were dead and buried, Fat Man, but they're coming back.
Queensland right on the attack. Oliphant feeding it on. The defence. Saw Steve Roach come reeling out of one tackle there. A lot of pointing, a lot of talking right now, Blocker. Trying to lift the troops. The King now, Wally Lewis, away to Close. He wants the ball all the time, Chris Close. 10 out back for the King. He dummied past 1, now 15 out, going backwards. Overhead ball to Miles. How good is that? The Queenslanders, Lewis and Miles combined. It's 24-22.
Oh, yeah, here they come. Look at this pass from Lewis. This is vintage King here as he drifts across the park. Choppy's had a big game tonight. He driven away there on Jarvis. Sets it up for Walton. Now, Wally's got to look for someone. He can't get there himself. Look at this beautiful pass overhead to Miles. And Gino will have the shot at goal, convert his own try.
There's Wally. The great players always seem to have so much time. And there's Wally popping it over the top to Gene Miles. A great combination for Queensland.
Miles came flying from a long way back to get that ball. Now he's got the kick to level us all up at 24 all. 20 Origins for Gene Miles. 15 out. 5 metres off set up. And one of the worst kicks you will ever see. Gene Miles, thank you very much for that. The Blues stay in front by 2. Well, it was a great try. Wasn't much of a kick. Look, the hero of this second half has been Eric Grothe. He's with Johnny Gibbs.
Eric Grothe, the typical storming finish coming up here from the Queenslanders.
Yeah, they never say die, do they? But I think they were getting a little bit embarrassed that they're getting beat by so much, so they put up the pitch a little bit.
Well, the right wing has always been, I suppose, the territory in the domain of Eric Grothe, the guru for Parramatta. That northeastern corner, still your favourite here tonight. 2 tries in that same corner.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. Good passes from Burt and a couple of the other young kids, actually. They're good players.
Has the quality of the players, or the lack of it anyway, surprised you tonight?
Not so much, because it's right pace, actually. When it slows down a little bit more, a little bit better.
Maybe that Les Boyd missed field goal is going to be important come the end of the match.
Yeah, I know. Did you see it? Did they get it on TV, didn't they?
They'll get it all right, I'm sure. They'll replay it and replay. Thanks, Eric Grothe.
Thanks, mate.
What about Belcher from the kickoff as Miles stumbles over the 40? New South Wales end of the field now. And we may have popped the champagne corks a little early. Queensland back in it as Dowling away to his front row partner, who is now Grant Gassman. 32 metres out from the New South Wales line. Dowling, Oliphant, Lewis putting his stamp on the match now, the King. Inside ball to Close.
Chris Close has played a great inspirational part for Queensland in this last 5 minutes. They're storming home, Queensland.
There's Dowling at first receiver. Away to one of those young players, Kent Brodie. Stands in the tackle. Brodie, away it goes to Bowie. Bowie inside. inside for Miles. Then the ball comes back for the gas man. He gets a refill just short of the line. Queensland, they go for the try line. Last tackle, changeover. Exciting stuff, Mario. Look at Blocker.
Look at Blocker there. He's just about had it. I'd like to get the size of those shorts.
Hiding plenty of Khyber in there. And New South Wales, the counter-attack, Les Boyd. Back he goes. Oh, this is in trouble. Soaking up the minutes. The Blues in front by 2 points. Pat Jarvis taken high by Dowling. Now's the time to put the shots in. You haven't got too much to go. Inside the final minute. Blocker, in fact, it's Edie. Over the 20 he goes. 25 out. It's grand final stuff now as Oliphant and Close made the tackle.
Well, New South Wales are happy to slow the game down.
Goes Benny, the dummy, then put the head down and dragged it round. Clinch fist goes in the air from Mario as the pass comes away for Kenny. Kenny, slipped into the knees there of Gene Miles. Gene Miles rated Brett Kenny as the best opponent he ever played. Now the countdown inside the final 5 seconds. This will be the last play of the match and dynamic way to finish the game. Faya fumble over the sideline and the end of some very entertaining football from the true legends of rugby league. New South Wales defeating Queensland 24-22. I don't care where they play or when they play. It's nice to see the Blues beat the Maroons, Mario.
They just hung on the New South Wales side, but isn't it great to see that New South Wales can get the money today?
Roach Elias, Growth a couple. Charlie Robertson was on the scorer sheet. Close, Kiss, Bowstead, Belcher, Miles, the try scorers for Queensland. And the First National Legends of League has gone the way of the Blues. You're okay, Fatty, you'll bounce back.
Yeah, no worries. They had to win something this year, New South Wales. It's been a great promotion. All the boys have had it. They've really put in, you know. None of them took it easy. And it's been a great night for all the fans who have come out. And I think the players have enjoyed themselves as well.
Well, what we'll do right now, Friday Night Football on Channel 9. We'll take a break, come back with a presentation. Les Boyd there with Peter Jackson. We'll have our man of the match as well. New South Wales, the winners tonight over Queensland. We'll take a break from Parramatta Stadium.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the First National Real Estate Group, I'd firstly like to congratulate the players on both teams for what has been a marvellous game of rugby league. Congratulations. First National Real Estate is very proud to be a major sponsor of the Legends of League rugby game and hope to continue to do that for many years to come. As you may know, funds raised from tonight's game go to the Autistic Association of New South Wales, the Hear and Say Foundation of Queensland, the St George Foundation, and to First National's own Kids First appeal on behalf of Australians Against Child Abuse. It is now my great pleasure to present to the winning captain of the New South Wales team, Brett Kenny, the First National Legends of League trophy.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank our teammates on the New South Wales side. Well, the Queensland side put up a great performance. Unfortunately for them, it wasn't good enough. I'd like to thank First National Real Estate for their sponsorship of the game. I'd also like to thank you people for the turnout tonight. It was well documented that it was a televised game, and we were hoping we could get a big crowd because there was 4 very worthy what's the word I'm looking for, charities. And we'd like to thank you for that reason, because we've been able to raise a lot of money. I don't know the exact amount, but without you people coming onto the game, it wouldn't be worthwhile playing. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Once again, I'd like to thank you for your attendance. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Simon. Just totally unrehearsed. On behalf of the players, we've called Wally Lewis to say a few words to you. So here he is, the legend of Origin football, Wally Lewis.
Thanks very much for your kind introduction, folks. I'd just like to thank everybody here. It's a format we've had going for a couple of years now. I'm sure that the general public appreciate getting the opportunity to see some of the wonderful names that we've had in rugby league over the last couple of decades, and of course getting the chance to see some of the greats from Parramatta that played out here, the opportunity to run on the park once again. And I just want to thank a couple of bunches of kids who may be tomorrow's champions, the young schoolboys that came on and gave us some time. Thanks very much for your help, ladies and gentlemen, and your support for those charities.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming again. The boys have said it all. There are 4 charities around Australia that are going to benefit and be advantaged by your patronage here tonight. On behalf of First